Water, the lifeblood of agriculture. Agriculture depends on water. It's a simple fact, but a profound one. From seed to harvest, water is essential. It nourishes plants, sustains livestock, and feeds the world. But this precious resource is under threat. Climate change is altering rainfall patterns. This growing water scarcity challenges global food security.
In a climate-altered future, agriculture faces a significant challenge due to the increasing scarcity of fresh water. Fresh water is a vital resource for ecosystem health and human survival, and excessive consumption can lead to a scarcity in circulation rates. Climate change has brought unprecedented unpredictability to rainfall, forcing agriculture to adapt quickly. Agriculture is responsible for nearly 70% of the withdrawal volume, making it the most water-intensive sector. Transitioning towards sustainable agricultural and food production systems is urgent, and the water footprint, WF, is increasingly playing a guiding role in quantifying water consumption and environmental consequences. Solutions to future-proof agriculture include engineering crops to be more drought-tolerant and choosing crop varieties that can survive in drier conditions. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change predicts that the percentage of the world's population exposed to extreme drought will increase from 3% to 8% by 2100. Economic water scarcity is another threat faced by producers.
Water scarcity can be addressed by using less water, reducing irrigation areas, changing crops, boosting water sources through methods like wastewater reuse or desalination plants, or being flexible with crop cultivation. Jordan, one of the most water-scarce nations, focuses on growing high-value,
water-intensive crops for export, such as strawberries and tomatoes, in the central and northern Jordan Valley region. This approach allows farmers access to the Jordan River and the King Abdullah Canal, which provides water to the region. Jordan's climate also allows for earlier ripening of high-value seasonal products, allowing it to reach European markets ahead of other producers. Morocco, with different rainfall patterns, also grows high-value, water-hungry crops like tomatoes, potatoes, citrus fruits, and watermelon. Farmers and businesses in Morocco grow these crops in irrigated areas, saving less water-hungry crops for rain-fed regions. Water availability in the northwest United States is influenced by changes in climatic patterns, particularly in the timing of rainfall. In the northwest, wheat, tree fruit, and potatoes are the dominant crops, which are watered by rain and irrigation. However, rainfall patterns are changing, with less water in snowpack, more precipitation falling as rain at shoulder times of year and in shoulder elevations, and earlier snowmelt. This could mean that the timing of planting and harvesting of crops has to change. This is not a new strategy in agriculture, but is being considered more broadly in the face of shifting temperatures and rainfall patterns. However, being flexible and tailoring each year's agricultural focus to rainfall works only with crops planted and harvested in yearly cycles. Longer-lived crops, such as tree nuts, are less viable due to their water consumption. Droughts have forced calls for the almond industry to reduce in size to preserve the state's water supply in times of shortage.
Section 5. The FAO and SOFA provide a spatially disaggregated representation of water constraints in food production, revealing that around 1.2 billion people live in areas with severe water shortages and scarcity, with 40% in Eastern and Southeastern Asia, 40% in Southern Asia, and 1 in 5 in Central Asia, Northern Africa, and Western Asia. About 50% of people in Sub-Saharan Africa live in similar conditions, with 11% of rain-fed cropland and 14% of pasture land facing frequent droughts. The World Food Assembly SOFA report emphasizes the importance of water management, stating that it should be treated as an economic good with a value and price. The report suggests that policy and governance support is crucial for efficient, equitable, and sustainable access. The report recommends that water management plans should be problem-focused and dynamic, and that the rural poor can benefit from irrigation. It also suggests that small-scale and farmer-led irrigation systems can be more efficient than large-scale projects. However, factors such as lack of secure water tenure and access to finance and credit can impede adoption. The report also suggests that regulated water markets can induce efficient and equitable water allocation while promoting conservation. The report also calls for robust calculations of water footprints, leveraging the carbon footprint concept. By adopting sustainable food systems, we can conserve water, reduce our environmental impact, and create a more equitable and resilient food future.
Section 6. Economic water insecurity is a significant challenge in agriculture, as it requires efficient and affordable irrigation for farmers. In regions like West Africa and the Sahel, the cost of irrigation is high, with 1 hectare costing up to $20,000. The supply chain for irrigation equipment is not yet established in Africa, requiring imports. To ensure long-term sustainability, irrigation systems must be built from the ground up. Climate change is exacerbated by long-standing problems of managing water. A holistic approach, including improved water management, governance, and strong institutions, is essential for global food security and nutrition, contributing to the Sustainable Development Goals. Section 7. Securing our future collaboration and innovation. Tackling the global water crisis in agriculture is a monumental task that requires a collective effort. Governments, scientists, farmers, and consumers must work together to find solutions and implement sustainable practices. International collaboration is essential for sharing knowledge, technologies, and resources. Developed countries have a responsibility to assist developing nations in building resilience to climate change and water scarcity. Investing in research and development is crucial for finding innovative solutions. This includes developing drought-tolerant crops, improving irrigation efficiency, and exploring alternative water sources, such as treated wastewater. Economic policies should incentivize sustainable water management practices in agriculture. By working together, embracing innovation, and prioritizing sustainable practices, we can secure a water-secure future for all. The challenge is great, but the stakes are even higher. The future of our food security, and indeed our planet, depends on our collective action. Oceania had the highest amount of freshwater per person in 2017, at about 43,000 cubic meters, while Northern Africa and Western Asia barely reached 1,000 cubic meters. Central Asia had the highest total water withdrawals per capita in 2017, almost reaching 2,000 cubic meters per person, while Sub-Saharan Africa had less than 130 cubic meters. 74% of rural people in least developed countries do not have access to safe drinking water. Only 9 out of 91 countries with national plans for rural drinking water have allocated sufficient funding to implement them. 41% of global irrigation currently occurs at the expense of environmental flow requirements. Biofuels require significantly more water than fossil fuels. Major forests like the Amazon, Congo, and Yangtze River basins are important sources of water vapor for rain-fed agriculture downstream.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Novel Reason, for educative and engaging content similar to this.